What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. It's like almost noon and I'm just out here cruising around. The last few weeks haven't been the greatest. I've been like trying to deal with some stuff going on, trying to figure life out and what I'm gonna do. I feel like I've been like blacklisted in this city with jobs. It's like I've been trying to find another job. Well, yeah. I've been trying to find a job, but it seems that like nowhere or nobody in this town seems to want to hire anybody. And the only kind of jobs they're offering right now is part-time. And yeah, I made a mistake of like leaving my last warehouse job, you know, because I was wanting to like find a job closer to home. And in doing that, I got stuck with, you know, a part-time job because not a lot of places are hiring full-time out here. And that's kind of the downfall of this place. You know, especially during, you know, the winter time, that not a lot of places are offering full-time jobs. And, you know, with it being like mostly an older demographic, you know, there's not a lot of demand for a lot of stuff, you know, and so just the job market out here is just, it sucks really bad. So like I've been trying to figure out some way to be able to move out of this town. And you know, the shitty part is kind of like once you move here and you don't have a good job, you're kind of screwed. Because then if you don't have a good job that pays really well, you're going to be struggling to find work, struggling to save money to even fucking get out of this town. I mean, it's a nice town, but just like, you know, the job market sucks. There's not a lot of demand for stuff out here. And the only time this town is actually like gets a lot of business is like during the summertime when all the tourists and vacationers come in. So pretty much in the summertime is when, you know, all the people from out of town come in and they go on the river with their boats and jet skis. And that's really only when like the town gets super busy. And that's when they start offering more full-time jobs. But like I said, like once you move here and you don't have a good job, you're kind of screwed. So I've been struggling to try to find, you know, think of a way to get out of here. And, you know, I was going back and forth on, you know, where I'm going to move to, because originally I was wanting to go to Phoenix, but with it being like 3 hours away, you know, I feel like the move over that way would probably be a little more difficult, you know, and plus I'm not super familiar with Phoenix. And then I was also considering Vegas. I've been to Vegas multiple times, so like I'm more familiar with Vegas, and it's closer obviously, so I was like, now I was starting to think that I was like, okay, maybe I'll just move to Vegas and we would just live on the outskirts of Vegas. And but now that I'm really thinking about it, it's like I feel like Phoenix is gonna offer better jobs and the pay is a little bit higher. I've been looking at the job market and it seems that like Phoenix, kind of certain areas of Phoenix, they pay more money than what you know Vegas offers. So I've been leaning more towards still thinking about moving to Phoenix instead of Vegas. I just gotta think of a way of how I'm gonna get over there. Right now, I mean, I have a little bit of money saved, but it's not enough, I don't think. I just don't think it's enough money for me to be able to, you know, secure like a moving truck, secure a like storage unit, fucking, and rent a place by myself. So I'm trying to, you know, so I've been looking around, you know, the Phoenix area for places, and I've been finding like rooms to rent. I've been finding rooms to rent, like ranging from like $650 up to like $1,000 for just a room. And, you know, like, I'm not gonna pay $1,000 just to fucking rent a room in your house. Like, that is just absurd. I mean, I don't care like how fucking nice the house is. I mean, if it's like a big ass like 4 or 5 bedroom house, that might be different, because then obviously the rent's gonna be a lot higher. But like a 3 bedroom house, I'm not gonna be paying no $1,000. Even $900 on the high side. Like, even the house that I was staying at with my ex back in fucking where I was living in the house. Okay. So I'm like debating on, I mean, at that point, if I'm gonna be paying, you know, anywhere of like $800 to $900 to rent a room from somebody's house, I might as well just fucking rent my own apartment for that price and then have my own space. Granted, now, like, it sucks because I wasn't really wanting to like get another storage unit. You know, I wanted to be able to put my shit back in the garage again and then not have to like drive somewhere to be able to like ride my bike or, you know, work on my car kind of thing. Because like right now, like, I have my bike in the storage unit because where I live, there's just like too many like homeless people running around and fucking whatnot. So it's like I'm not wanting anybody to like steal my bike. So if anybody from like the Phoenix area, well, actually I've been kind of thinking about moving to like Chandler, and because I've heard that that's a good place to live. It's more of like a family-oriented town, you know, with some good paying jobs. Like, I look at the job market over there, and that seems pretty promising. And you know, it's kind of the same with like being over there in Chandler. That, you know, the housing market is kind of the same. As far as like renting a room, it's gonna be like $900 to $1,000 to rent a room, like from an apartment. And like, I don't really want to rent an apartment just because like I won't have a garage, and then I'll have to rent a storage unit, which is even more money out of my pocket. I mean, if I'm able to find like an actual like decent job over there, that probably wouldn't be a problem. But there's just nothing in this fucking town. Like, I wouldn't mind staying here if the job market was a lot better and if there was more things to do. Like I've explained in my other videos, this road fucking literally goes nowhere. I mean, it pretty much like goes like a big circle pretty much. And so there's only a very select few roads I can constantly fucking go down. you know, without getting bored. And so like that's what I liked about living in Seattle, is like I can go pretty much any direction and ride for hours, but over here it's pretty much like you're in this town and then you pretty much have to ride an hour to this town, another hour to this town, and it's like I don't like, you know, riding an hour just to go to a different town, like having to just see all desert, you know. And moving over to the Phoenix area, like it being just a way massively bigger, you know, city and more areas to ride around, like I can go any direction for like hours, you know, and not ride the same fucking roads constantly, you know, every time I go out. Not to mention there's more people over there that ride motorcycles, you know, so better chances of me finding people to ride with. Like over here it's very minimal. Like I rarely see people on street bikes out here. It's mostly a lot more Harleys. But if you guys like know anybody in like the Phoenix kind of like Mesa, Chandler area, you know, renting out a room, you know, I'm trying to get out of this town as soon as I can. And you know, trying to rent, or not rent, trying to you know, buy a new bike too. Oh shit. Like the only benefit of living out here is that like you got these wide open roads and you got like barely any cops. Which, I mean, it's nice and all, but I mean, when there's nothing to do in this town, like if I was contemplating if I ever stayed in this town, you know, I would probably sell my street bike and go buy like a side-by-side or a dirt bike, because there's like tons and tons of areas out here to go ride those things. But for street bikes, there's not a lot of areas. But I mean, like I said, there's just nothing to do out here. It's a nice town, but I just can't afford to live here, you know. I'm gonna try to I've been noticing like on my channel that I'm only like pretty much uploading like one video a month, and I'm like, I don't even realize that. Because like this time just goes by so quick, and with like life going on and working and everything else, like I don't even realize that. So I'm trying to I'm gonna try to start putting out videos like every week again, like I did before. Try to at least, you know, because the cold weather, you know, like our winter season, I don't know, I don't think we're getting a winter this season or this time this year. I mean, in March is when it starts getting a lot colder, but like it got cold and then it started heating back up again. So I mean, we're already, like yesterday it was up to like 80 degrees again, because it did drop down to like down to the 50s and 40s, but now it's back up to the 80s again. So I don't think we're gonna be getting much cold weather this year. I could be wrong. I think just moving to Phoenix is just going to be more lucrative for me. I could be able to put out more content, get a better job, housing is better, there's more options, more younger people my age. I want to be able to like go and explore more areas, and it's hard to do that over here with like everywhere being so fucking far away. And like I don't want to drive over an hour just to go explore some new area every time. Like that's just not fun, especially because like pretty much to get everywhere you have to go down a main highway just to get anywhere. and that's not fun riding. Like over here, I pretty much have to ride like an hour just to even go down like a nice twisty road.